All right, well, listen, we're going to move on from the Bears for now because, again, Delilah and I don't want to monopolize the show. We got some guests that we want to bring on, members of the family who have been gracious enough to join us to discuss their teams as well. So, Handy, we're going to bring you back on a little bit later to talk about your Falcons. But for now, we're going to bid you adieu, my good man. Thank you very much. So, Delilah and I are back. So, we're going to bring in a gentleman now. His name is Andrew. I'm going to hope I get this right. Faubert. He will correct me if I am wrong about that. But Andrew is part of our Let's Talk Football family, and he is a Buccaneers fan. So this ought to be a really interesting conversation. Let me go ahead and add Andrew to our little show here. Andrew, thank you for joining us. And did I get the pronunciation of the last name right?
Yeah, Faubert.
Faubert?
Faubert, yeah.
Okay. Like
nice and French.
Yeah. Nice, yes. Nice. You must be Canadian. No, I'm kidding.
A little.
a little bit, right? So, Andrew, Thank you for coming on the program here. We appreciate you coming on to talk your Tampa. Absolutely. It's always good to be had. Remember that. To talk about your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, again, I will just preface this by saying I've been watching all the offseason shenanigans that's going on over there. And I want to ask you one question because, again, with all the offense you seem to have, is there enough football to go around, my friend?
I mean, a lot of fans in Tampa Bay are probably not too thrilled necessarily to see the Julio Jones signing because, you know, he's old and decrepit like everybody else says. But to be honest, I understand the whole Mike Evans thing. Everybody wants Mike Evans to get us 1,000 yards, and as long as Tom Brady is there, he's going to get us 1,000 yards. But you are absolutely correct in that as well. There isn't only so much ball to go around. Lenny's going to eat at some point. Godwin, Evans. I mean, Kyle Rudolph's going to eat. And unless Tom Brady decides to go for 6,000 yards in his last season, not everybody is going to get the full slate of what they deserve. But somebody is definitely going to have one great season in that offense for sure.
No doubt, my friend. All right, now, so let me ask you this then, since you've been paying attention, obviously. What is the feeling, though, of Tampa Bay in camp? Because, again, most of the pundits and the experts, or the so-called experts, are looking at Tampa Bay to pretty much kind of, run away with their division and be another 12, 13-win team and, be a potential number 1 or 2 seed in the conference. So, do you expect that of your Tampa Bay Buccaneers, my friend?
I've never said this before, but I basically expect the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win the Super Bowl this year. There's no anything in our way necessarily. That's the mentality that has to be. There's no Rams, there's no Packers, there's no nothing. We just have to play 20 games. We get to the Super Bowl. The trophy is given to us because we assembled the squad, and then we get to let Brady walk off into the sunset. That's the mentality. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what everybody's kind of thinking in camp. I mean, you start looking at the camp itself and all the fans that get to go there and see it. You get so many different people from so many different networks, whether it be big, medium, and small that you see here on Facebook and YouTube. Here, like Let's Talk Football. Some of these other guys just getting, random clips of these great players and these great plays going on. So it's a beautiful time to be in Tampa. And I think everybody's just kind of enjoying the last little bit of the hoorah before Brady's done, obviously. And it just so happens to probably come with one more title. So that's, yeah.
Okay. Sorry. That laugh wasn't necessarily because Tampa Bay might win another title, but is this it? Is this the final hurrah for TB12? Do you feel that this is truly the last year, whatever happens?
I do. Now, obviously, before today, I had just gotten home and I'm still reading about the whole Miami fiasco that's kind of currently going on here. I don't think Brady's going to go there. I don't think Brady's going to do anything like that after this season, but it obviously makes it a little bit weird. But the thing is I think Tampa Bay and the coaching staff and the GM have been doing everything in the last 6 to 8 months with bringing Bruce in-house where, he's actually done really good at scouting. And now he actually gets to go and do that for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He actually gets to go and scout these quarterbacks that are coming out in plethora or whatever the word is, many of them coming out in this draft next year. And the Buccaneers are going to be able to snag one of them more than likely in the first round if they decide to go that route. And Bruce Arians is going to find Brady's successor. So everything's kind of already in place. We're just waiting to see how the red carpet rolls out this year.
All right. Fair enough. Delilah, you got anything to add to this? Because I don't know how, like, I mean, Andrew has that nice little like smiley face, and he's sitting there with his big red beard, talking all this great stuff about Tampa Bay and how they'll be this year. I don't usually want to slug anybody, but like, you know, if Andrew was next to me, I might want to consider maybe just throw a left hook his way. You're a little, you're Tampa Bay, and you're 40 guys on offense who can catch the ball and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Well, I think the division obviously is easily won. So right in that regard, I do think obviously there's no way, like, unless something I don't know, a freak of nature happens, right? So obviously the NFC South is gonna go to Tampa Bay. It's like Panthers are struggling; they don't even know if it's gonna be Mayfield or Arnold, and then are they really gonna beat Tom Brady? Like, let's be honest, right? Atlanta, I love Kyle and I love Anthony, but you know, is Mariota gonna beat Tom Brady? You know what I'm saying? Like Jameis Winston, I don't know, because he's got injury problems. You know what I mean? So I don't see anybody else in the NFC South taking that division, right? So already we know that Brady's gonna waltz into the playoffs, and that's where he's dangerous. Yeah. Now, I would love to see a rematch between TB12 and Aaron 12. Like, I really would. I'm not gonna lie. Right?
Really? Okay.
So, I really would. I would.
That's very possible.
Like, I do too, to be honest.
I would like to see that revenge game. I think it'll be exciting. But yeah, he's gonna waltz into the playoffs again. Now, will he waltz into a Super Bowl again? I'm not sold on that right now. No. But is he going to be in the playoffs again? Yes, 100%. There's like just no way. Like I said, there's some unforeseen circumstances.
It would have to be something crazy. No. It would have to be something crazy. Like, obviously, the news when Tristan Wirth went down today and got carted, it was just like, I'm sorry. And then all of a sudden it's just cramping. You're like, oh, okay, we can't have any more offensive linemen go down like that. That would not be obviously good.
Right. But lost one of your other offensive linemen, did you not?
Yeah, it's Ryan Jensen, our center. But we don't know the timeline, but he is.
But even last season, there were issues with that, and they still went into the playoffs. That's what I mean. Yep. Like, I just want the great. I want the greatest. The greatest retirement for Brady is somehow getting New Orleans in the first round again. And then getting either Green Bay or the LA Rams in the second, and then the championship, and then go play the Bills, go play the greatest offense that's probably ever assembled, go beat them, and then say, you know what, I'm done. Here's all my fingers with rings. And then let our 18-year inevitable rebuild begin. So. Almost all.
But
that's
true, isn't it?
But I can't. Yes, but sorry, I can't say he'll win another Super Bowl, but he'll definitely be in the playoffs again.
Yeah, that's for damn sure.
Yeah, no, I mean, even I have to, again, if I'm being logical and sensible, yes. Tampa Bay seems like they have a pretty easy road to getting back to the playoffs and winning that division. So let's see what happens. Again, TB12 is 45. One good hit could take him down, or, I'm not wishing that on him. I don't wish physical harm on anyone. I do think that, that's going to be an interesting thing too, is like the line really, again, he's a super freak. We know that he's a freak of nature. The guy's in great shape. But, he is 45 years old. He doesn't move as fast as he used to. Not that he was ever a speedster. And so you really, I think, really have to protect Tom this year to make sure that, he's got his time to throw. He's got his time. I mean, he's got a quick release. But, that you got to protect Tom. He's at that age where you definitely have to make sure that you're taking care of Tommy Boy. And he'll do the rest because that's what he does. Right?
Yep.
Absolutely. So, Andrew, let me ask you this, just a closing thought here.
Of course.
Obviously, we know you talked about Super Bowl, but I mean, in all seriousness, what are you looking forward to in terms of for your team this year? What are some of the things that, are you looking forward to one defensive player having a good year, maybe an offensive player kind of breaking out? what is kind of your outlook for this season for the Buccaneers? Like, what do you think?
In a time where social media and a younger generation is kind of coming into the NFL, trying to find their teams, trying to find their fixtures, I just want the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to respectfully keep doing what they're doing, because they seem to be one of those franchises that are really in depth with their fans. I mean, Mike Evans especially, Devin White is starting to do it. Levante David, like the community stuff. There's just something about this squad that there's a certain core of this squad that exists for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I just want to see it continue, because it's something that we haven't had for a while. Anytime we've had it, it's usually traded away. And I want to see it after this season, obviously stick around and keep this winning mentality and this winning franchise obviously afloat, because we don't want to go back into an 18-year rebuild and watch all of our other players go play for the Raiders or the Chicago Bears or anybody else. I want to see them retire in mature.
Right.
So.
Certainly. I think that's what any fan or any, would want. I mean, you want to see the guys beloved or have been with the team, their whole careers finish with that team. Like, I think that's just what any fan would want. Again. So, well, listen, Andrew, great to have you. And obviously, for those of you who watch our show regularly, you know that every week we have different people on. We always have guests. So you will see Andrew again. You can see that bright red beard he has. Again, we will say goodbye, Andrew, for now. Thank you for joining the program, my friend. And,
thank you for having me.
Go Bears. No, I'm kidding. Thanks a lot,
Bears.
Andrew. You have a great one, all right, buddy. Bears. Bears.
Thanks for watching. If you like that clip, be sure to check out the other great content from the Let's Talk Football community. And as always, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when more great content like this becomes available.